Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this third-party special showcase and review, we're going to be looking at the Mastermind creations. This is the reformatted Moors, or in, I suppose, Transformer talk, it is IDW's Helix. And I've got to confess, this is one of the figures that I did have to look up because my knowledge on the IDW continuity isn't that great. But from what I've read about him and from what this figure looks like, it looks and he sounds really good, to be fair. So part of the DJD. And yes, so I will be, of course, bringing in the only other member of that team, Tarn, a bit later on. But yes, this is a third-party company, so he's not called Helix, even though that's what his Transformers name is. He's called Moors, and that's because this figure transforms, so he's not allowed to have his proper name. Inside the packaging, let's have a quick look at the box. It's quite a nice box, to be fair. It's a bit basic, there's not too much on it. You've just got a picture of him in robot mode there. And then that looks like some artwork. They have actually added a bit of a story in it as well, to be honest. And on the back of the box, you've got him in robot mode in loads of different poses, and that's probably the best picture, to be fair, on the top. So nice big glossy box, looks great. Instructions at the front, you've got the transformation process. Then if you flip it over the other way around, you've got a story, which is brilliant that they've added their own sort of mini comic at the back. You do get a collector's card as well, and you do actually get a spare pair. Is it all in English? Yeah, there you go, it's all in English. Let's pop that there for you. And then if I flip it round, there we go. And we've got some spare fists for the smaller part of the robot. Let's have a look at the actual vehicle itself, though, because to be honest, the vehicle itself, I'm not going to say it's disappointing, especially when you've, reviewed Grandus, but it is just a giant brick. The colour on it looks amazing, though. You've just got all these beautiful shades of purple, I suppose, is the best thing that I can say. Even these parts, which look silver, they have a pink or a purpley sort of tinge to them, to be honest. I'm loving the translucent window there at the front. I think it's great. These spikes aren't too sharp, by the way. There's a lovely bit of detail there for the grille. All of the treads, unfortunately, none of them do actually go round. There's just some little wheels on the inside. This is quite big, though. This really does sort of feel quite weighty. Unfortunately, I've got no other figures in alternate mode at the moment apart from this guy, and as you can see, this is way bigger. So this is classed as masterpiece scale, to be honest, but it feels bigger than that. It really does. When he's in robot mode, we'll see how much different he is, but he just feels really big, really weighty, and dare I say it, especially in this particular mode, quite basic. So what I've read from the instructions is you can take these guns off, and again, hopefully you can see that tinge that's inside the silver. This looks like it's got, yes, that will rotate around, and you've got the exact same shape there as well. So I need to turn it. Which way do I turn it? In fact, let's put it on here, get it straight, and then lift it up. I've gone the wrong way, so I'm gonna have to pop it in there, but this is good. So you can see that you can rotate them all the way around. Let's get that straight. And now, of course, if you wanted to, you could attach them at the front as well. So you've got dual or multiple displays on how you want to attach them. To be honest, it doesn't look like you can attach much more to it. What I have just noticed though at the front is they pretty much are blast effect compatible, so I suppose that is a nice little bonus if you've got, of course, which I imagine most, well, I'm saying that, but probably not. I was going to say most people may have some official Hasbro Takara figures, and there you go, they are blast effect compatible, which I suppose is a brilliant little bonus. I think that we can lift this up, but that is, of course, you can probably tell, more for transformation purposes because it is revealing his legs. As I said, I think the robot mode, sorry, the alternate mode is kind of quite basic. It does look like all of the main stuff has gone into the robot mode, so I think, to be honest, oh no, we can move these around a little bit, whether they're supposed to or not, but I think, yeah, definitely what we need to do is we need to get him into, in fact, very quickly, another size comparison for you there, give you an idea of just how big it is. Let's get him into his robot mode and have a look what he really looks like. Okay, we are back, and to be honest, in his very impressive looking robot mode, although I've got to confess, it's got to be one of the, I suppose, strangest sort of figures that I've seen. And again, it's even probably more strange for me because I don't really know the character, but this is a great looking figure. Transformation process wasn't too difficult. I'm going to be uploading that separately in a tutorial for those who want to see it, and apologies it's not in this one. That's just to keep the main length of the video down. Right, so there is loads of articulation on this particular figure. Let me just see if I can bring the head sculpt to you to show you how good that looks. It is on a ball joint, so it'll go all the way around. It will look up and down, no issues whatsoever with that. Now he's got two sets of arms, so he's a bit like Goro from Mortal Kombat, but he's got some giant arms which will go all the way around, as you can see, no issues whatsoever. If I take him back there, then he can also do the full T with these giant arms as well. They'll go all the way up there. He's got a swivel underneath the shoulder. He's got bicep flexion. He's got a swivel. No, there's no more swivel at the bicep. The wrists do swivel. The fingers are fully articulated, which you can see there. He doesn't have a lot of them, and his thumb has just come off, which I wasn't expecting to, but obviously because it's a ball and socket, there shouldn't really be. Nope, no, not too difficult at all. So they're articulated right down to the knuckles. Now he doesn't actually come with any accessories, so he hasn't got the, what I would class as industry standard sort of, what's the word I'm after, you know, port masterpiece figure inside of their palms, just to, you know, hold on to the accessories. But that gives you an idea of how big he is. So that is the new Toy Deco, I think it was the MP43. And I've got Masterpiece Soundwave again, both of them being Takara. There we go. You can give you an idea, I suppose, of just how big he is compared to them. And then maybe if you only collect mainline, this will give you an idea of how big he is with Tarn. So that is your Voyager class Tarn figure. Does it look like his arms? Oh no, not his arms, his entire body. Now that is probably my fault, as I'm getting used to him. So he is obviously going to be top heavy. I need to bring his legs further forward because we need to go into the articulation for the legs anyway. So these will go out to the side. I've just knocked his backpack off as well. So these will go out to the side. They will go all the way out if they are not restricted. They will kick all the way forward until they hit his other arms, and they will go all the way back until they hit his backpack. He has a knee bend right inside there, this and there as well, so you can see these will move about as his knees. He's got a swivel at the top of the thigh. This is a huge heel sprue. Toe will twist, turn, loads of articulation in these legs. To be honest, I just need, no pun intended with his knees, to get him to stand and just reposition all of his balance. Now the little arms as well, they're quite funny. Again, there's loads, you can see articulation at the top part there, at where the bicep is. The hands have articulation, the fingers are completely fused, and if you want it to, you can swap them over. But again, these are just closed fists, so you can't put any weapons or accessories into his hands. However, what I've noticed that you can do with the accessories, to be honest, I think this, let me just move him out of the way, is you can take these, because we've got them on the back, you can swing these around, and then you can have them that come underneath like so, and that sort of powers him up quite nicely, especially with the fact he's not fitting in screen, is he? Especially with the fact that he hasn't got any actual guns. So that's probably the only and best way that you're going to get him with some accessories. I'm sure you'll agree, I think that looks okay, but you could also as well, if you wanted to, give him more of a Bruticus look. I need to pop it up here, make sure it lines up. Oh, what am I not doing? Because again, this was just the front and the back of the vehicle, and I suppose, you know, as I say, you've always got a choice. You can't really bring it under there, it might get caught with the arm. You could take it back up, give him more of a Bruticus look with it going up too high, but personally I think it looks a lot better down here, and because he doesn't have any weapons or accessories, I'm going to be keeping it there because I think that looks really good. And once you've got the weights and the legs and everything sort of positioned how you want it to, I'm sure you'd agree it looks great. Just because I've got him standing here as well, there's another purple figure that makes him look brilliant. With regards, I suppose, to some other figures, that's your deluxe size. So if we get any more DJD through the main line, it might be worth getting this guy here because of how big he is. He's massive compared to, as I say, New Age and other third-party figures, which of course he's supposed to be. And to be honest, I'm overly really impressed with this guy. I think he looks good. I think the colour scheme looks good. I think he's very robust. Obviously, once you get the weight proportions sorted out. He balances no problem whatsoever. That was all down to me with him falling over, and again just reaching forward trying to get him into position. So you can, and again the most important thing I think with this guy is he feels durable, he feels weighty, and yeah, he doesn't feel like if he does fall over like he just did that he's going to break or anything's going to fall off him. Overall, a figure that I'm really impressed with, and to be fair, never seen, never heard of. So thanks to RJ the subscriber for the loan of this for the video. And there you go guys, there's nothing else really to say about it. The backpack's big, but it's not too unsightly and out of proportion. His arms are huge, but that's obviously the character. I'm really impressed with this guy. Let me know what you think in the comments guys. Take care.